All right. So last week, you guys probably heard some news bubbling about the Biden administration spending about $30 million on crack pipes for poor and black neighborhoods. Um, from what I heard, the rumor started from an article, not what I heard, what I read. The rumor started from an article published by the Washington Free Beacon on February 7th, when they cited an anonymous spokesperson from the Department of Health and Human Services saying that the Biden administration will provide pipes for users to smoke crack cocaine, crystal methamphetamine, and any illicit substances. Of course, in the time that we in, Republicans took that and ran with it and spread that message over Twitter and other social media platforms. Um, According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Service Administration, the statements were referring to a federal grant program that aimed at reducing the health risks associated with drug use. They're saying that they'll be distributing $30 million in funds to community-based harm reduction programs to address a spike in overdoses that were going on during the pandemic, like HIV transmission as well, and any other negative outcomes, health outcomes. And to do that, they'll be providing things like sterile syringes and safe smoking kits. What do you guys think about that one?
The safe smoking kits.
I think this is ridiculous.
I agree 100%. This is absolutely ridiculous.
I think this is the 80s all over again. Instead of them sending cocaine to the black neighborhoods, they're sending crack pipes. Because statistically, minorities use more crack than coke. So if you're trying to do some type of, what was he saying, racial equality, what are we trying to do here? You trying to kill off everybody? I mean, what are we doing? And so I think this is ridiculous. And my tax dollars is going to pay for somebody to keep an addiction, but just in a clean manner. It makes no sense.
Right. I agree. They did say that there was a harm reduction organization that in Washington that applied for the grant under the administration program, which distributed smoking kits before in the 90s and the early 2000s. And they said that they replaced broken and unsafe glass pipes that actually had the effect of reducing the sharing of equipment and transmittable disease. Um, my thing about it is I would assume that further back in those years that was more of an issue. Um, and maybe I'm ignorant to it, but I'm not seeing this um in our everyday life right now to say that maybe we need to allocate $30 million towards such a thing. Um, and then on top of that is what is this? How do you safely do crack? you know?
And not just that, but they ain't just smoking crack. I mean, it's meth now. It's glass. It's actual G. It's all the
Right,
things that it's all these things that people call on the street now. Ice, whatever it is, they're smoking that.
right,
It's
right.
it's. But yeah, I
It's
agree with you. How do you safely smoke that?
yeah. How do you safely smoke something that even through a clean syringe or pipe, it can still kill you? You can still
Right,
overdose from that substance. So I'm
right. It
not
can be
understanding.
laced with. I mean, it can be laced with the wrong chemistry, and you're dead.
Yes, which has been an issue.
It has.
Um, Lately, I know in the past years, we've had this fentanyl issue,
Hmm.
um, and that doesn't stop that. It almost gives them an incentive to say, "Oh, hey, I got a clean pipe. Let me go get some." You
Just
know,
go smoke this up.
yeah,
In the name
I
of
didn't.
racial equality.
Yeah, more
Golly,
money in my pocket to go get some drugs. I ain't even had to buy the pipe.
30 million.
You know, $30 million.
That's atrocious.
Um, I thought when I read it, I thought it was crazy, but the whole crack pipe thing, from my readings and my studies, that is false. There won't be crack pipes being distributed. Um, there were sterile syringes and things like that, and previous plans that they had years ago. But I am interested to see how far this actually goes. I have my opinions on the Biden administration, and I'm not really sure if this is necessarily a target towards our community, to put us in put us deeper in the hole that that they have us in.
I agree with you
So
100%. I think they're trying to put us in a deeper hole.
right,
You
right.
said it's not true that they're giving out these crack pipes?
No, it came out later that with people who did do their research into the grant program and things like that and the details, there was no actual statement that said crack pipes. No, not crack pipe for.
So they just wordsmithed it differently.
Yes, I'd say that it was worded differently, and maybe, like I said, maybe it's not crack pipes, but syringes were there at one point.
Glass pipes.
Listen, you can change anything, but peach is still a peach.
This is true. This is very true. Mr. Biden.